Hi, I'm Joanne Cary. Welcome to Embodied Soul Podcast, a multidimensional space intended to support you in mastering, living, being, and thriving as the embodied soul you are. In this week's episode, it's a little bit different. I actually recorded this at the beach, so you will hear some waves and a little bit of wind. However, thank you to all of those who responded to my question in the Monday message email and said overwhelmingly that you wanted to hear the original transmission as it came through me. And so that's what you will get. You will see that I've included some video of the beach that I'm on. It's Playa Hermosa in Costa Rica, near where we're building. And so I hope that you really receive the energies of the ocean, the mountains, the trees, and everything that contributed into this message. So we're going to be talking about choices, and it ties into last week's episode around mastering your thoughts, because this is it in practice. It sort of ties around my own experience of allowing some limiting thoughts to make it where I felt a little bit stuck and a little bit resentful and not feeling really like I was able to do what I wanted to do. And so this episode is around choice, that everything is choice, even if you don't think you have choice, how it will keep you feeling stuck, uninspired, resentful, and how you can shift this, as well as some practical steps for you to take over the next week to really start helping you live your dreams. So if you are ready to jump in, please pull up a comfy chair, invite in your soul, and be open to receive exactly what you need to master living, being, and thriving as the embodied soul you are. So one of the reasons I think it's so important to deal with some of the foundational teachings is that knowledge becomes wisdom through integration, through practical application. And a lot of this is about repetition. And it's about living your life in the moment that you're in, responding to how you're feeling in the moments that you're feeling it. And part of the challenge is catching yourself when you just get in energies or you're feeling stuck. And that's a huge thing right now, feeling stuck. And there's so much energetics. We're receiving so much light energy into our systems that it can be challenging to integrate it all. And yet everything that we need to learn, everything that we need to live the life that we came here to live a life that we absolutely love, comes in the moments as we are present, being aware of how we're feeling, what we're thinking, where we're moving to. And so this brings me to this week's topic on choice and how absolutely everything is choice. No choice is choice. Your choice is choice. Even when you think you have no choice, you still have a choice. You always have a choice how you respond to a situation that you're in. And if all of a sudden you have, it could be either. So let's pretend you have a life that you absolutely love. I put myself into that category. It doesn't mean that you can't always get better. It doesn't mean that there's this end point in, my life is full and complete joy. Now I'm just going to sit back and do nothing for the rest of my life. No, you're not, because you are not still. If we think we are energetic beings, we are always in motion. So just like the sun is spiraling through the universe and we are spiraling as the solar system within the solar system, moving around the sun, we are moving through space on this physical earth. Our bodies are always in motion. We're always changing. We're always growing. We are not static. Of which case, something that may have brought you a lot of joy yesterday may not be bringing you joy today. And that is okay. And we need to get okay with ourselves for not wanting to
forgetting on ourselves to say, oh, but I used to love this and now I don't. Oh, I've done something wrong. Oh, I'm not feeling the joy anymore. We have to give ourselves permission to change, to continue to change, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's not maybe what we're longing, even if it means we have to now self-reflect a little bit more to find out what is it that I enjoy right now. And for me, this has been huge since probably about a week or so, probably all of March, basically leading up to the full blood moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, then through the second eclipse at the end of the month. Everything was about reflecting on what is making me happy now. Are the things that I'm doing making me happy? And yes, it was convenient that the guys, that we had these things, there were the perfect opportunities to really do that reflection, do the work, and make new choices. Because there was a part of me that was going, I'm feeling a bit, And it's like, I didn't understand why I was feeling a bit, Some of the stuff I was doing, I wasn't feeling, like I wasn't getting the joy from doing it anymore. I wasn't feeling the high energy in some circumstances. And then when I started to reflect on, I don't have any time. I filled up my calendar in ways that, like, I have no time to do these things that I want to do if I wasn't, if I had all the choice in the world. And what came really clear to me when I actually wrote it down, right? I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I wrote down everything that I'm doing, how much time it's taking, where was my time going, and then I realized very quickly that I did not have a time issue. I had a choice and prioritization issue. Because I had lots of time, I just wasn't utilizing the time that I had to do the things that I wanted to do, because I always seemed to have some reason or expectation. And it was incredible because as soon as I gave myself permission to do some things that I wanted to do, and I looked at the reasons why I wasn't doing them, you might not have somebody, you want somebody to go to the beach with, and maybe you don't have someone to go to the beach with when you want to go to the beach. Then you have a choice to make. You go to the beach yourself. You can connect with other people to see if anyone else is going to the beach. Or you can choose to stay home and not go to the beach, but then know that you're in choice to not go to the beach. Don't stay at home and grumble and complain that somebody's not going to the beach with you, that you have no one to go to the beach with you, that your life is somehow under control of somebody else because you're not choosing to do what it is that you want to do. And so this is the big thing about choices. We are always in choice even when we think we're not. And 100%, I hear some of you saying right now, but I've got family and I've got kids and I've got obligations to pick them up. That's a ramification of a choice. All of our choices have ramifications. But then the question is there someone else who can take the kids here? Maybe to their basketball game or to their karate or whatever the case may be. Is there another way to include them? Is there a time that you can put it into the calendar where you know you're not, and then you make it a priority to do the thing you want, maybe at a different time than in the moment you want to do it right this instant? So we're always in choice, and if we are very clear on what it is that we actually want, and maybe that'll be a story for another episode, if we're really clear on what it is that we want, what brings us joy, what makes us happy, what lightens our day, then we can begin to prioritize those things and minimize the things that aren't. But it's all a choice. You can choose to stay stuck. You can choose to be in a life that you don't want to be in. You can choose to remain in an unhappy relationship because you think you have to. You don't have to. You can begin to set a plan in place in order to move out of a situation that isn't beneficial. It may not be instant gratification, but you've got your life ahead of you. How much time do you have left? We don't know how much time we have left. We might assume that we have lots of time, But heck, people are dropping like flies. The world a lot of people are exiting. In my life alone, I've talked to people, and it's school friends, it's teachers, it's relatives. People are passing. And do you want to be the one who decided, well, I'm not going to go to the beach today because I didn't have anyone to go to the beach with? That's my example. Which, by the way, I've now been to the beach on multiple occasions, and I'm perfectly happy. You can hear the waves in the background if I actually let this recording come out versus me recording on a topic. I was just brainstorming topics when this came in. I found walking in the ocean all by myself has actually been the perfect way for me to... Oh, I think there's a fish. The perfect way for me to have time and space to be able to reflect on my podcasts, on what I want to talk about, what I want to share with you guys. Anyhow, back to my idea. It's all about choice. We're always in choice, and our choices matter. And so if you aren't sure, and maybe this is what we'll talk about next time, is if we're not sure about what you want, then get clear on what you want first. Because I tell you, what I learned about myself first, and then I learned about pretty much with everybody I've worked with, it's so much easier to know what you don't want than it is to actually know what you do want. And that includes what I'm going to talk, what I talk about when I was talking about, I don't know what I'm going to talk about on a podcast. I got nothing to talk about. Well, start talking. Start taking action. Start choosing to take an action forward, and the next path before you, the next step before you is going to come forward. Anyhow, I hope that you have gained some insight as you navigate your life in the next week. Make sure you connect up to your soul. When you find yourself feeling stuck, or that you're feeling limited, or you're feeling like somehow you don't have a choice, begin to ask, what would I do if I could? What's stopping me from doing what I want? What can I do to change my position right now? And what truly would bring me the most joy? This is a journey that we're on. We are all stepping into our soul mastery. We're all learning how to be the most embodied spirit and form, having a human experience in this incredible, incredible, incredible world that we're in right now. We get the privilege to be in a human body, experiencing all the beautiful senses, experiencing beautiful sunsets, ocean waters, beautiful trees, having the connection and sensory feel of family and friends to hug, to kiss, to share with. We won't always have this, people. We won't always have this. So make the most of your life. Make the most of your choices. I'm sending you so much love. And if you have loved this episode of Embodied Soul, please like it, share it, turn on notifications, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast app, please follow, share, and leave a 5-star review. It really helps me get the energy and the messages out to those who need it to support us all in accelerating our soul mastery and fully living, being, and thriving as the embodied souls we are. See you on the next episode of Embodied Soul Podcast.